Test one. Test one. No. Good evening. Tonight, the Cardinals. ACHA Club College Hockey. These two teams played last night down in Louisville, and the Flyers had a good game last night. They defeated the Cardinals by a score of 7-2. The Louisville team is on hard times right now. They have a record of no wins and 15 losses. Their team was split up in the offseason into Division One and Division Two. And the Division Two team, I was speaking to head coach John Nuss on the bench a little while ago, and he said that they were left with just 10 players, and the Division One team took most of the guys that tried out for the Louisville squad, which were about 35, he said. So this Division Two Louisville team is going to struggle through this season, and hopefully for them, they'll be able to get things together and have a better season next year. But for the Dayton Flyers, it was a much needed win last night down in Louisville. The Flyers having a skid after losing last weekend 2 games to Michigan. Coach Tony Morris's team now back on the right side of the ledger on the winning side last night, and hope to sweep the weekend series with the Cardinals tonight. In goal for the Louisville Cardinals will be A.J. Cooper, a 5'11", 160-pound sophomore out of Goshen, Kentucky. business administration major. No wins, 15 losses, and 814 goals against average, an 855 save percentage coming into the weekend. For the Flyers, Tavian Parks will be in goal. Tavian, a junior out of Cleveland, Ohio, 0-3 with a 6 even goals against and 824 goals against. The Cardinals coached by John Nuss, assistant coaches Louis Abinader, Colin Larson, Alex Petrie, and the Dayton Flyers coached by Tony Morris. Assistant coaches are Chris Sands, Chad Morris, Brad Moorbeck. Officials for tonight's game, the linesmen, Greg Leff and Lee McClure. And the referees for today's game, Eric Schreiner and Ty Wilkinson. Ty the Tank Wilkinson, I call him. He looks like a big defensive lineman out there. The Dayton Flyers will be in their all-navy uniforms, their brand new uniforms this season, while the Cardinals will be in the white sweaters, black fronts, and the Cardinal red trim. Tavian Parks in the goal to our right, A.J. Cooper to our left. We are underway at Kettering Ice Arena. Flyers moving from right to left this opening period. Puck shot in on goal. Cooper makes a pad save. After it was Jack Chauvin. He lost it. Now it's picked up by Proctor of Louisville, racing in the Dayton zone. A shot, and he scores! Whit Proctor fights off two defenders down the ice. And the Cardinals lead it 1-0. Whit Proctor, 5'10", 175-pounder, a sophomore out of LaGrange, Illinois. Electrical engineering major. That's his 9th goal of the season. He leads this Louisville squad. Puck out of play down in the Louisville zone. Coming into this game, the Ohio State Buckeyes lead the Tri-State League with an 8-1 record. They're in first place. So 28 seconds into the game, number 28 of Louisville, Whit Proctor, with an unassisted goal. Now there's a icing violation. We'll take the face-off back into the Flyer zone. From the draw, puck back into the Louisville zone. Proctor shovels it ahead to Jack Chauvin over the Dayton line. He's ridden into the boards by Meichenbaum of Dayton. Loose puck picked up by Connor Kelly. Kelly, he's ridden into the boards along this near side. Loose puck, Proctor, a shot, stick save, Parks. Rebound picked up for the Flyers by Meichenbaum. Owen Meichenbaum will drop it back for teammate Liam Burns, who will dump it into the Louisville zone. After it for the Flyers, Federico. There's a shot at the Louisville net, save made by Cooper. Rebound still live behind the Louisville net. For the Flyers, Mike Mygon. Mygon tries to center, but it's off a stick to neutral ice. Dumping back in is Federico for Dayton. Puck rimmed around to the far side. Federico will hold it in for Dayton. Federico behind the Cardinal net. Now cuts to the corner. Drops it back. Mike on one-timer from the right point is wide. 2.5 minutes into the game, 1-0 Louisville. For the Flyers, Declan Ployce, a shot. And the save is made by Cooper. Watching head coach, I got a message from Racer. Says Nick Nuss is not. Oh, okay. His father. Okay. The reason. Okay, I see this message. He says, I'm John Nuss, Nick Nuss's father. Not sure how my name got into the mix. It's on the website. It was on the Louisville Cardinal hockey website, John. I appreciate you pointing that out. So Nick Nuss is the head coach of Louisville. Yeah, they had, John, they had your name on the Louisville Cardinal website. So thanks for straightening that out for us. Here's Whit Proctor fanning on a shot. And then another blast from the top of the slot is wide at the Dayton net. Here come the Flyers. There's a shot by the Flyers' Leon Swiatkowski that's wide. Puck params to center. Playing it, Irwin. Rink wide pass for Constable, and Connor will dump it in. Puck held in at the line by Asher Irwin. Whistle. And we've got a stoppage of play. Puck popped over the boards, I believe. That's the reason for the stoppage. We welcome all your comments, whether you're a Flyer fan or a Cardinal fan. Just hop on the live chat and we'll read your message on the air at some point during the game. Here comes Whit Proctor, a shot, and it's caught by Tavian Parks. Got a message again from Racer Allgood, enjoying the feed. Thanks for the great coverage. Thank you, John. We appreciate it. From the draw, Jackson Reed tips it to the Dayton line. They fight for it along the boards. It's picked up for the Cardinals by Austin Hester. He'll dump it in. Loose puck, far corner of the Dayton zone. There's a shot. Save made by Parks. Shot taken by Josh Atkins of Louisville. He's after the loose puck down the ice, but it carries past the Louisville goal line. That'll be icing on Dayton. 15:56 to go in period one. Whit Proctor with an unassisted breakout 1-on-2 goal just 28 seconds into the period has given the underdog Cardinals a lead. Here's Jackson Reed for Dayton. Cutting in front. Backhander just wide of the near post. Calling for it in front was Harris. Centering pass intercepted. Here comes Blank of Louisville. They'll dump it in. Flyers come back with it. Owen Meichenbaum back into the Cardinal zone. Drops it off in the corner for teammate Mike Burke. Centering pass. Shot, stick save made by Cooper. Puck behind the net. Wraparound chance for the Flyers. Swiatkowski is broken up. Here come the Cardinals. Patrick Malandria dumps it in the Dayton zone. Malandra drops it behind the net, calls for it in the slot, but a pass to him is intercepted, but he gets it back, a shot, and that's blocked. Here come the Flyers. Liam Burns over the Cardinal line, shot, And A.J. Cooper will make the stop. A.J. Cooper has had to, it looks like, play every game for the Cardinals. He's the only goalie on their roster. From the draw, there's a shot taken by Dayton's Tom Rutherford that's blocked. Tommy will rim it behind the net. After it's Swiatkowski. Swiatkowski behind the net. Drops it left point, Mygon. Mike Mygon centers, but it's broken up. Rutherford picks it up, centers to Swiatkowski, and he scores! We'll see if it's Rutherford or Swiatkowski. It looked like Tom tried to slip it over to Leon, but we'll see who the referees give credit to the goal for. That was a messed up play by the Cardinals. They had a chance to carry the puck out. The puck was centered, but right to a Cardinal player, but he lost it. Now from the draw, here's Rutherford shooting, and they score! And all of a sudden, the Flyers lead it 2-1. We'll wait for the announcement on the goals. From the faceoff, Whit Proctor fighting for the puck in the Dayton zone. It's centered in front to Pat Melandra. And his shot is wide. Flyers trying to clear. Along the boards, Jake Kulis. Puck tipped to the center red line. Flyers carried in. There's a centering pass for Jackson Reed, but it was behind him. So there's the announcement of the first Dayton goal. Let's hold on. Well, how about that? So both goals were credited to Tom Rutherford. For Tommy, the senior out of Park Ridge, Illinois, finance major. That's 8 goals now on the season for Tom. And both assists on those goals go to Colin Umhafer. Those are 5 assists now for Colin, senior out of Long Island, New York. So 2-1 now, Dayton, with 12:45 to go in the first period. At center ice, loose puck picked up by Jack Chauvin. Chauvin drops it into the Dayton zone. Flyers trying to carry it out. It's stolen, and a shot by the Cardinals, Sam Levin, and was just wide, and it ricocheted from the end boards back in front. But the Flyers come back with it. For Dayton, here's Federico. His play is broken up. Here comes Jack Blank of Louisville. Blank in the Dayton zone. Check. Try to drop it off. His pass intercepted by Federico. Luke Federico gets around Melandra. Lost the handle. Melandra trying to chip it forward toward Hester, but that pass is broken up and the puck is tipped over the boards, out of play. 11:44 to go in period 1. Rutherford and Umhafer back on for the Flyers, along with Meichenbaum. And Hayford. Here's Swiatkowski to Rutherford. Right wing over the Cardinal line. Centers for Swiatkowski. And it's tipped wide off to the corner. Playing it for the Cardinals, Kobe Johnson. He's checked. Rutherford has it for Dayton. Drops it back to the point. Meichenbaum to Rutherford. Centers, but right to the Cardinals, Kobe Johnson. He tips to neutral ice. Rutherford carries back in. A shot wide of the Cardinal goal. Swiatkowski checked by Johnson. Loose puck behind the net. Rutherford looking for Swiatkowski in front for a tip. And the goal is waved off. The net came loose. I think Swiatkowski thought he may have scored on that centering pass by Rutherford. But players crammed into the Cardinal goal and the net came loose, so no goal. "11 minutes even left in period one. We have a cross-checking minor on the play on Louisville's Kobe Johnson. Kobe is 6'1", 240-pound sophomore out of Taylorsville, Kentucky, biochemistry major. He's going to head to the cooler for a couple of minutes on a cross-check. First penalty of the game. Flyers on a power play, leading at 2-1. Jackson Reed will face off against Austin Hester. From the face-off, Flyers, Asher Irwin shoots right on, and a blocker pad save by A.J. Cooper. Here's Asher Irwin from the draw. Left wing for Brett Jones. There's a shot. And Cooper will make the stop. Reed takes the draw again. Back. He wins it back to Irwin along the blue line. Drops it off along the right wing to Meichenbaum. Now to teammate Finn Harris. Centers intended for Reed. It's broken up, and we've got a whistle. And the Louisville net is loose once again. 1:27 left in the Dayton power play chance. $10:27 to go in the period. Reed is removed from the face-off circle in favor of Finn Harris. Harris wins the draw to Irwin. Shot tipped by Reed and somebody else in front, and they score. Shot by Irwin right in front, and it was tipped, I believe, by Jackson Reed, but it may be by Finn Harris also. Finn Harris is leading the handshake line, so he may have gotten another tip on it. It looked like it went off the stick blade of Reed, but then it may have gone off of Harris after that. So we'll see how they distribute the assists. It might be Harris from Reed and Irwin, but we'll see what the announcement is. But it's 3-1 now, Dayton. Power play goal. Now here's Brett Jones stealing the puck. But he's checked. Cardinals clear the zone. Back for Dayton, Declan Boyce. Declan shoots. Okay, well, I'm going to have to get, at the end of the period, I'm going to have to see what's going on because number 19 is Finn Harris. Mike Mygon is supposed to be uniform number 6. They announced number 19 as Mike Mygon. So now we've got a penalty on the Flyers. Brett Jones, 2 minutes for roughing. So I will check on that at the end of the period. We'll get a clarification on that goal. I believe it was Finn Harris, but it was announced as Mike Mygon, so we'll clear that up. Sometimes these guys switch jerseys and something without and so who knows, but I'll find out. Cooper will play the puck, rims it along the far side, held in by Swiatkowski, partially fans on a shot. Louisville on a power play. Puck in the Cardinal zone. Cooper will play it for Atkins. Head Manning. Proctor over the Dayton line. Dumps it into the far corner for teammate Jack Blank. Blank checked. Flyers clear. Racing after the puck for the Flyers is Brett Smith, and his shot is wide at the Cardinal net. Here come the Redbirds once again. They're passed into the Dayton zone, intercepted by Meichenbaum of Dayton. Owen Meichenbaum, long pass down the ice. Goes past the Cardinal goal into the corner. Played for the Flyers there by Sean Tucker. Tucker checked. Cardinals on a power play for another 35 seconds, but here's Liam Burns for Dayton with a shot that's off a stick high over the Cardinal net. For the Louisville Cardinals, Jack Chauvin. He'll dump it in behind the Dayton net. Rims around to this near corner. 20 seconds left in the power play. There's Godecki, a shot at the Dayton net. Pad save by Parks. Rebound ricochets to center. Back for the Cardinals, Nicholas Nymphius. Nymphius up ahead for Hester. Austin Hester will shovel it into the Dayton zone. Penalty's been killed off. 7:45 to go in the period. And then we've got a whistle as we've got a tripping minor on Louisville's Sam Levin. You could see that develop as Levin's stick kind of got tangled up under the leg of one of the Flyer players. The Flyer player did not go down, but that action is whistled down and will be a penalty. Sam Levin, 6'1", 175, sophomore out of Palatine, Illinois, criminal justice major, but he is in the penalty box. There's a shot at the Cardinal net by Declan Ployce, is deflected wide. For Dayton, Tommy Rutherford's pass off a stick back to the corner, and here come the Cardinals. Jack Blank into the Dayton zone. Blank cuts behind the Dayton net, now to the far side. Blank ridden into the boards. Here come the Flyers. Rutherford along the far side, right wing. Flips it into the near corner for teammate Brett Smith. For Declan Ployce. Ployce, right point. Lines one up. Shoots. Pad save. Rebound Rutherford. Centering. Comes back to the point again to teammate Brett Smith. To Declan Ployce. Ployce's shot blocked in front and cleared away. A minute left in the Dayton power play. 6:35 to go in period number one. The Dayton Flyers in all navy lead it 3-1. Jackson Reed. Pass for Finn Harris off his stick behind the Cardinal net. Reed after it. Reed trying to center. He tips it back to Asher Irwin. Shot. Pad save by A.J. Cooper. There's a shot for the Flyers. Brett Jones pad save, and the rebound is cleared. 15 seconds left in the Dayton power play. Here's Owen Meichenbaum over the Cardinal line. Drop pass, Jackson Reed moves in, pulls the trigger, and it's deflected wide. Here comes Kobe Johnson. Penalty killed off. Here's Jackson Reed again, a shot. Off a stick, high and wide. For the Flyers, cutting back to the left point is Finn Harris. Pass into the far corner, intercepted, and cleared down the ice. Ployce back to get it. 5:15 to go in the period. Declan Ployce being shadowed by Jack Chauvin. Clears into the Cardinal zone. Redbirds play it there. Austin Hester, he's ridden into the boards. There's a shot at the Cardinal net. Cooper the save. Rebound picked up by the Cardinals, and they ice the puck. And we'll have a face-off. Got a message from our good friend Luis Sclafani. Hey, Luis, how's it going? That was a good one, Kent. Hey, Luis, thank you very much. Criminal justice major in the penalty box. That's right. He causes him some reflection time for his infraction. 4:40 to go in the period. Loose puck, Trace Godecki. There's a shot by the Flyers. Luke Federico and a stick save for Cooper. Rebound to center ice, played by Mygon. Give and go for Connor Kelly. He's checked into the boards. Loose puck at center. Swiatkowski drops it off. Here come the Flyers the other way. Mygon into the Cardinal zone, centering to teammate Swiatkowski, but too far ahead of him. There's a shot for the Flyers. Brett Smith that's high and wide. Here come the Redbirds the other way. Here comes Will Hernandez. He lost the handle on the puck as he carried into the Dayton zone. Loose puck at center. Tipped into the Cardinal zone to our left. 3:35 to go in the period. Dayton in all Navy leads it 3-1. Chauvin will dump it behind the Dayton net. Irwin fighting for it there, along with Jack Chauvin. It kicks over to the Flyers' Tom Rutherford. It's past the center ice, picked up by Swiatkowski. It's off his stick. Flyers player at center, that is Brett Smith. His pass intercepted by Proctor. Proctor back into the Dayton zone. Shooting, pad save by Parks. Rebound, Asher Irwin, Dayton. Irwin flips to center, intercepted by Proctor. Proctor poke checked away. Here comes Rutherford over the Cardinal line, 1-on-2. Tried to make an extra move and doing so was unable to get a shot away. Rebound, or the puck is then cleared to center. Here's Jackson Reed, a shot at the Cardinal net. Save made by Cooper off of his trapping net. Rebound carried back by the Redbirds. Here comes Kobe Johnson. Tried to stop with a puck. It rolled off his stick. Flyers regained possession. Here through neutral ice is Dayton's Jake Kulis. To Reed. Shot. Pad save. Rebound Reed in the corner. Rims it to this near side, intended for Koulis. Fighting for it with Josh Atkins of Louisville. Here is Jackson Reed, top of the slot. Shot, pad save. Rebound to the far boards. 1:40 to go in the period. Dayton leads at 3-1 for Louisville. Here's Josh Atkins. Trying to clear it. It's held in for the Flyers by Koulis. His centering pass broken up. Here comes Kobe Johnson back for Louisville. He's checked as he enters the Dayton zone. Here comes Owen Meichenbaum over the Cardinal line. Meichenbaum cuts behind the Louisville net. Looking to move in front. Centers! And gets right through the goal crease to the far corner. Cardinals clear the zone. Mike on after it. 1 minute left to go in period one. Puck cleared into the Dayton zone. Mike on back to get it. But before he's able to, it crosses the Dayton goal line. And that'll be icing on Louisville. So we have 4 officials on the ice tonight. Which is a little bit of a rarity. Usually we have 3. Here's Declan Ployce for Dayton. Drops it back for teammate Mike Burke. Declan Ployce got leveled by, looks like, Will Hernandez. And he has a word with Mr. Hernandez as they head along these near boards. Trying to start out Maigon of Dayton. Maigon behind his own net. And he is able to level one of the Cardinal players. That was Hernandez. That might be in retaliation for the Ployce hit. And there's the buzzer to end the first period. So after one, it is the Dayton Flyers 3 and the Louisville Cardinals 1. I'm going to get the score sheet, folks, and we'll get an official tally of this scoring. I'll be back with you in just a moment. Okay, folks. Oh, okay. Thanks. Sorry, everybody. We're looking over the score sheet. Okay. No, Finn Harris is 19. Yeah. Okay. Okay, everybody. So let's go over the scoring. Sorry for the delay. The Cardinals got the scoring off right away, just 28 seconds into the first period. It was scored uh, by Whit Proctor. Whit Proctor, his ninth goal of the season. He leads the Cardinal team. Unassisted on a breakout, he fought off two flyers right from the opening faceoff after the puck went down into the Louisville zone. He came racing out of it and out of the Louisville zone and was able to fight off a couple of flyers down the ice and whip in a quick shot past Tavian Parks, and it was a 1-0 Louisville lead. That goal unassisted. Then came the Flyers, back-to-back goals by Tom Rutherford, both assisted by Colin Umhafer. They came just 10 seconds apart. And the first goal was just a misplay by the Cardinals in their own zone. Of course, giveaways in your own zone are, no pun intended, but a cardinal rule is not to give away the puck in your own zone. And they did that. Um, and the Flyers capitalized. Tom Rutherford um, scoring twice in 10 seconds, both assisted by Colin Umhafer for Thomas Rutherford, senior out of Park Ridge, Illinois, finance major. Goals number 7 and 8 on the season coming into the weekend. We don't have updated stats from last night's game. The Flyers won last night 7-2 down in Louisville, but we don't have updated stats from that game. So if we're missing a goal or two from a few of these guys, we apologize. But coming into the weekend, that would have been goals 7 and 8 for Tom Rutherford. And for Umhafer, assists number 4 and 5, Colin, the senior out of Long Island, New York. And it was 2-1. And then Finn Harris, assisted by Asher Irwin at 9:39 for Finn Harris. His third goal of the season, freshman out of Chicago, management major, and Asher Irwin with the assist. Let's take a look at some scores from the Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League. What's happened last night? Bowling Green defeated Indiana Tech by a score of 6-1. We mentioned how the Flyers defeated Louisville last night 7-2. Indiana knocked off Denison 11-4. Miami over Michigan 4-2. And that's what happened last night in the Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League. As far as the standings in the league right now, Ohio State is on top. They've got an 8 wins and 1 loss record, 1 overtime loss. Now, the point system in this league, you get 3 points for a win, 2 points for an overtime win, 1 point for an overtime loss, and obviously no points for a regulation loss. So Ohio State with a record of 8 wins, 1 loss, 1 overtime loss. They have 25 points. They have a 1-point lead on Miami. Miami with an 8-2 record. They've got 24 points. What? Oh, hold on, folks. Okay, folks. Sorry, we're trying to get some uniform number. Huh? Oh, what? Oh. Oh, I didn't even notice that. Cardinal health. Oh. That's not. Yeah. Okay, everybody. So that was the scoring. Yeah, Finn Harris, assisted by Irwin. 2 goals by Tom Rutherford, both assisted by Colin Umhafer. And for the Cardinals, it was Whit Proctor unassisted. So going back over, we're going through the standings in the Tri-State League. Third place is Ohio University with 29 points. Indiana has 21 points. Michigan 20 points. Dayton with 8 points. Bowling Green 6 points, and both Denison and Louisville no points yet so far this season. So again, final scores today in the league: Miami over Michigan 4-2, and Indiana over Denison 11-4. Bowling Green over Indiana Tech in a non-league game 6-1. Taking a look at NCAA football. Third quarter, Oklahoma 17, Alabama 14. Penn State 14, Michigan State 10 in the third. Iowa 21, USC 13 in the third. Boston College 21, Georgia Tech 14, third quarter. Texas Tech over Central Florida 38-2 in the third quarter. Virginia over Duke 17-3 in the third. Miami of Florida 30, NC State nothing in the third quarter. And Tennessee over New Mexico State 21-3 in the third quarter. We're getting ready, everybody, for the start of the second period. Got a message from, got a couple of messages. Dave Reed. Hey, Dave, how's it going? Dave Reed says 6 goals in the last 4 games for Finn Harris. So how about that? Thanks, Dave, for letting us know that. Freaky Ryan says great coverage. Thanks, Freaky. And Nigel Gunn. Hey, Nigel, how's it going? He's our good friend. He says, hi, Kent. Nigel, look forward to seeing you at the Beaver Creek high school games coming up in just a couple of weeks. Nice to hear from you, Nigel. Hope everything's going well with you. Puck is dropped. We're underway in the second period. Again, the Flyers in the all navy and Louisville in the white sweaters. Flyers leading at 3-1. There's a shot off the stick of Liam Burns. Pad save by A.J. Cooper. Burns holds in the rebound, shoots again. It's deflected wide to this near corner. Rutherford for Dayton, looking for Swiatkowski. Centering pass off the stick to center ice. Meichenbaum back to get it for Dayton. Kent Jacobs from Kettering Ice Arena, along with our producer-engineer Jeff Duford. For Dayton Flyer Hockey, this is Division II ACHA action. Centering pass in front of the Cardinal net, and Cooper is down, and we've got a shoving match. I mean, a couple of players, Irwin of Dayton and Raynone of Louisville. Nothing comes out of that. We'll have a face-off in the Redbird zone to our right. Finn Harris lost the face-off. Puck is cleared away. Back to get it for Dayton is Brett Smith. Smith's pass intended for Koulis comes to center. Here comes Finn Harris into the Louisville zone. A shot! He scores! Finn Harris with his second goal of the game. And the Flyers now lead it 4-1. Got a message from 400 Racer, Road Racer. Says, I was at your game last night, scorekeeping. If number 14 for Dayton had a heck of a night, that's Jackson Reed. He wrote in 4 assists, may have been 5, and a goal. Thank you very much. So, according to John Nuss from Louisville, Jackson Reed had 4 assists last night, maybe 5, and a goal. Thanks, John, for that information. So assists on that goal go to Koulis and Smith of Dayton. Here's a shot at the Cardinal net, stopped by Cooper. And we went over before the game how the Cardinals, it's a rough circumstance for head coach Nick Nuss, that he was only given about 10 players to work with and 1 goaltender, as they split their team up into a Division 1 and 2. And then obviously the Division 1 team took most of the players. There's a blast by Hernandez of Louisville. Stick save by Tavian Parks. Rebound carried out by the Flyers to center. Puck centered it back into the Dayton zone, and centering pass intended for Proctor is broken up. Flyers trying to start out. Pass to center, intercepted for Louisville by Nicholas Nymphius. Redbirds trying to get it out of their own zone. They clear it, and that is an icing violation against Louisville. Hey, Nigel Gunn says, see you next week for the first Creek game. Thanks, Nigel. Look forward to it. Beaver Creek is one of our local high schools here, and I handle calling those games on YouTube also. There's a shot that's up high over the Cardinal net from Liam Burns. Now the puck caroms the center. Burns a long shot from neutralized. Pad saved by Cooper. Puck ricochets back to center. Meichenbaum will dump it in the Cardinal zone. Icing waved off. Cardinals look to start out. Pass intended for Chauvin, and that's a French name, Chauvin, Chauvin. Here come the Dayton Flyers. There's Mike Burke. Burke over the Louisville line, centering pass, but nobody's there to get a tip on it. Liam Burns a shot from center, turned aside by Cooper into the corner. Centering pass for Tucker, broken up. Cardinals can't get it out. Here's Connor Kelly tipping it into the corner. Rimmed along to this near side, intended for Tucker. Behind the net, Tucker looks to center. It's tipped in front. Now tips back to the right point. A shot by the Flyers. Brett Smith is turned aside. For Dayton, Mike Burke. Burke back to Asher Irwin, and his shot deflects off a stick and up over the glass, and we'll have a face-off. .15-11 left in the second period. The Dayton Flyers lead it 4-1. They are in all Navy uniforms. From the face-off in the Louisville zone. Cardinals trying to clear the zone. It's off a stick. It's picked up for the Flyers by Connor Kelly. And he shoots toward the Cardinal net, and that is deflected off a stick and out of play. Swiatkowski will take the draw for Dayton in the Louisville zone against Jack Blank. There's a shot. Pad save by Cooper. Rebound cleared to center. Flyers starting back. Asher Irwin is checked as he carries over the Cardinal line. And as Brett Smith carries over the Louisville blue line, there was a Flyer player already in the attacking zone, and that is offside. Faceoff will be outside the Louisville zone at center ice. From the faceoff. Finn Harris, a shot. Pad save by Cooper. Harris looking for a hat trick. They have a pair of Flyers looking for a hat trick tonight. Tommy Rutherford and Finn Harris, both with 2 goals. Whit Proctor, the goal for the Cardinals. Jackson Reed, a shot at the Cardinal net, is wide of the near post. Puck held in right point. Declan Ployce fighting into the slot, drops it back to the point. One-timer by Mygon is right on. And the save is made by A.J. Cooper. We reset once again in the left wing circle of the Louisville zone. Harris against Hester. Puck dropped. Hester wins the draw. Puck cleared off the dasher to the blue line, held in by Mygon, but then he lost it. Here come the Cardinals. Loose puck picked up by Jack Chauvin. Moves in. He shoots off the crossbar. Another shot at the Dayton net. Parks the save. Jack Chauvin carries in and rifles a wrist shot that clings off the crossbar. Now the Flyers the other way. Jackson Reed, a shot. And sprawling across the goal mouth is A.J. Cooper to keep the puck out. Jackson Reed nearly scoring, but A.J. Cooper just splashes himself across the goal mouth to keep that puck out. Score remains 4-1 Dayton. From the draw, Flyers. Shot at the net by Federico is wide. Puck ricochets to center ice. Carrying back in for the Flyers is Liam Burns. Burns drops it off to Smith. Return pass intercepted by Hernandez of Louisville. His pass intercepted by Burns. Burns checked at center. Puck ricochets back behind the Dayton net. No icing on that play. And we've got a whistle. Kobe Johnson carried in the Dayton zone, but there was a Louisville player in ahead of him. It's offside. Got a message from Dave Reed. Hey, Dave. Said Jackson also had 2 penalties. Broke a Cardinal stick and broke one of his own. Uh-oh. That's very expensive, as I'm sure Dave will attest. I'm astounded at the price of hockey sticks. Here's Tommy Rutherford the other way, working 1-on-2, but lost the puck off his stick before he could get a shot. Loose puck at the Dayton blue line, picked up by Rutherford. Up ahead for Swiatkowski into the Cardinal zone. Swiatkowski centers. They score! And the Flyers lead it 5-1. The tip in for the Flyers off that centering pass, I believe might have been Irwin, but we'll get in the official announcement on the goal. So 5-1 now, Dayton, with 12:15 left in the second period as we approach the midway point of the game. Here comes Dayton's Jackson Reed over the Cardinal line, pulls the trigger, and it's blocked in front. Finn Harris has it. Harris in the far corner. Harris drops it off to teammate Jake Koulis. JT trying to carry in front, and he's bumped off the puck. Holding the puck in. Meichenbaum got the tip. So there's the announcement of the goal. It was Owen Meichenbaum, the junior out of Buffalo, New York. Political science major. Goal number 6 of the season for Owen. We'll have the face-off in the left wing circle of the Redbird zone. Asher Irwin holds the puck in, left point, his pass intercepted. Here come the Cardinals. Kobe Johnson, a shot wide of the Dayton goal. Puck cleared to center off the end boards by Harris. Cards dump back in. Back is Smith of Dayton. Brett Smith checked. Slides the puck down the ice. Cards regain possession in their own zone. Pass at center for Hester. Broken up by Harris. Loose puck, Kobe Johnson. Drops it off for teammate Whit Proctor. A shot wide. Proctor centers. Nice behind the back pass by Proctor, but it's broken up. Flyers carry to center. Here comes Connor Kelly. Dropping it off to Brett Jones. Trying to shoot toward the Cardinal net, but it's blocked. Here's Jones again, a shot. Save made by Cooper. It's off his blocker and over the glass. 10:27 to go in the second. Nice to have you with us on this Saturday evening. Whether you're a Flyer fan or a Cardinal fan, we'd love to hear from you on our live chat. Here's Declan Ployce's shot. And just getting a piece of that was A.J. Cooper. And the puck is tipped to center ice by the Redbirds' Jack Chauvin. Flyers dump back in. Back for the Cardinals, Josh Atkins. He'll clear to the center red line. Ployce has it for Dayton. Ployce's pass intercepted by Hester. Hester check. It's dumped behind the Dayton net. Declan Ployce will start out. Ployce, nifty move to get around Hernandez. Carries in front. There's a shot by Federico, and a save made by Cooper. Declan Ployce working all the way down the ice. And he slides a pass across the slot to Luke Federico, and he got a good shot off, but Cooper had the angle on that and was able to make the stop and hold on to it. We're past the midway point in the game now. 9:44 to go in the second. 5-1 Dayton. Flyers in the all-navy uniforms. Mygon has it tipped down the ice. It's a foot race. Back for the Redbirds, Melandra. Melandra trying to center, and it's off the side of the cage. And the Dayton net comes loose off its mooring and that will result in a stoppage of play. Nice rush by Patrick Melandra out of McKeesport, Pennsylvania. There's Levin against Umhafer, a pair of number 24s going at it. Cards win the draw. There's a shot from the left point off the stick of Nicholas Nymphius. Nicholas out of Germany. 6'4", 176-pound junior. From the draw in the Dayton zone, Redbirds hold it in. Now for Dayton, trying to clear is Burke. Shoots to the center. They fight for it along this near wall. Burke drops it back to Meichenbaum. Up ahead, Umhafer. Drops it off to Burke, back to Meichenbaum, to Umhafer. Over the Cardinal line, shoots. And a short side save made by A.J. Cooper. He'll hold on to it. Jackson Reed will square off against Jack Blank. Blank wins the faceoff. Cards clear the zone. Back to get it is Meichenbaum of Dayton. Meichenbaum will play it. He's checked by Proctor. Proctor dumps the puck behind the Dayton net for Jack Blank. Here's Blank, ridden into the corner boards by Liam Burns. Loose puck here picked up by Finn Harris. Over the Cardinal line with Jackson Reed, pulls the trigger. And there to make the save is Cooper. Nice rush that time by Harris and Reed. Nearly hooking up on a goal. We got a pretty decent crowd tonight here at Kettering Ice Arena. And after the face-off, we've got a whistle. We've got a slashing minor coming up, and we'll find out who goes to the box. Tank Wilkinson will escort Austin Hester to the penalty box. Austin Hester, the sophomore out of Franklin, Tennessee. In the box for slashing. Here is Irwin, the Meichenbaum shot blocked. Loose puck far corner, Cardinal zone. Redbirds look to clear, and they do. Sam Levin will dump it down the ice. Jackson Reed, rink wide pass off the near boards to Meichenbaum. Meichenbaum over the Cardinal line. Drops it off. They fight for it along this near wall. Meichenbaum trying to hold it in. Here's Reed. Drops it in the corner. Harris. Meichenbaum. Rink wide. Irwin. Reed in front. Shooting! And it's off the blocker of Cooper. Behind the net, Harris. Checked into the boards by Louisville's Trace Gadecki. Here's Jackson Reed's shot, blocked from in the slot area. Right point, Meichenbaum. Working in front. Meichenbaum slides one in front. I don't know if that was a pass or a shot, but it tips over off to the corner. 45 seconds left in the Dayton power play. Jackson Reed's shot blocked. It tips behind the net. For the Flyers, Brett Jones. Back to the left point, Asher Irwin. Irwin, drop pass. Smith, centers Reed. Shooting, it deflects wide. 20 seconds left. There's a shot, pad save, and the Cardinals are able to carry out of the zone. Levin will dump it down the ice. After it, Melandra of Louisville. Rims it along the near side of his own zone. Rutherford picks it up for Dayton. Melandra tied them up, and that has got to be a penalty, and it's an altercation. Rutherford and Melandra are in a MMA match right now. That's broken up by referees Wilkinson and Schreiner. And very animated Patrick Melandra goes to the penalty box. Melandra just, maybe they're, you never know, sometimes these guys might be, jawing at each other, but all of a sudden Melandra just kind of went after Rutherford, and Rutherford started wrestling with him, and then we had a full-bore WWE wrestling match going on. And penalties are meted out by the officials. Got a message from I'm Gonna Plum, says, let's go Flyers. Hi, I'm Gonna Plum. Nice to hear from you tonight. Flyers are having a good game tonight. It's nice to see. There is a penalty. That'll be on Rutherford. I'm sure Melandra will have one also. Melandra's we'll get an announcement. Flyers having a conference in the center face-off circle. As the officials continue to confer Colin Umhafer and Luke Federico and Mike Mygon and Declan Poyce and I think Finn Harris are out there speaking with referee Schreiner. And now the other officials, Leff and McClure, are explaining things to the team captains, Proctor of Louisville and Smith of Dayton. Thanks to our public address announcer, Jake Day. Jake will give us an announcement on the penalties, and it looks like Tom Rutherford is going to get the brunt of the penalty. He's got a 5-minute major, and Melandra, it looks like, is going to get a 2-minute minor. So maybe it was Rutherford who initiated that, and Melandra was retaliating, but we'll get an announcement on the penalties. Six minutes and 16 seconds left in period number 2. The Flyers in the all-Navy uniforms lead at 5-1. And right now, what have we got here? Whistle. It looks like we're 4-on-4 right now. And a Flyer player is down behind the net. Tavian Parks and another teammate checking on him. Now he's up on his feet. Looks like that was Declan Poyce. Declan in some discomfort. He's heading to the bench. We hope Declan's okay. The Flyers senior out of Park Ridge, Illinois. Well, what a career Declan Boyce has had. Shout out to his folks and his mom, Patty.
Louisville penalty on number 61, Patrick Maloney. 2 minutes for Ruffin. Dayton penalty, Tom Rutherford, 5 minutes, and a game misconduct for removing the helmet. Time of both penalties, 6:16.
Oh, so Tommy Rutherford got a game misconduct. So I believe that means he's out of the game. And a 5-minute major. We'll get some clarity between periods as to what the infraction was. Mygon centers a tip by Umhafer wide of the Cardinal goal. And there's a shot at the net, and Cooper will cover it. What are your shots, Jeff? So unofficially, shots on goal. Jeff has Dayton 41-11. Unofficially, shots on goal. Face off in the Redbird zone. Cards win it. There is Austin Hester. Clears the puck, but it's off a stick and over the glass into the netting. And we'll have a face off. Sam Levin wins the face-off outside the Dayton zone. Puck cleared behind the Dayton net. Flyers look to start out Meichenbaum. Over for Burns. Liam Burns, rink-wide Reed. Over the Cardinal line, right wing. Reed stops. Looks to make a play, drops it to Meichenbaum. Meichenbaum at the line, moves in. Back to Reed, but it's behind him into the corner. Reed chases it down, but it's cleared away. Back is Meichenbaum to play it. Meichenbaum gets through between two cards into the Louisville zone and checked before he moved in on the net by Austin Hester. Here comes Proctor. Nice move around Burns. Levin moves in, a shot. That was Levin, not Proctor. I beg your pardon. Nice move by Sam Levin, nearly scoring. Now the other way, Finn Harris a shot. And it's covered up. Now we've got some more extracurricular activity behind the Cardinal goal. These teams played last night. I don't know if there were any roughhousing last night. I don't know. Referee Ty Wilkinson escorting Louisville's Sam Levin to the penalty box. And Levin in for a face mask minor. I don't know if I've ever even seen that penalty called before. Whit Proctor having a word with one of the officials. So Tom Rutherford's 5-minute major still has 3 minutes even left in it. Now there's 2 minutes even in the Levin face mask minor. Now Tank Wilkinson having a word with the Cardinal bench. Something about their line change. Gadecki having a word with referee Leff. Now we're ready for action. Face off in the Cardinal zone, left wing circle. 4:16 to go in the second period. Dayton leads 5-1. Melandra. Here come the Redbirds. Gadecki. Over for teammate Atkins. Atkins along the line. Looks to stick handle in front. Has it pickpocketed away by the Flyers' Brett Smith. To Irwin over the Cardinal line. A shot. Pad save by Cooper. From the rebound, Irwin fights behind the net. Irwin being checked by two Cardinals. He's assisted now by Federico trying to prod the puck loose. Here come the Redbirds. They come away with the puck. But it's stolen away. Nice move by the Flyers, Brett Jones. And then Jones has the puck checked away by Proctor. Proctor's pass intercepted by Connor Kelly. He's bumped off the puck. Loose puck at center. They're just ping-ponging the puck around. There's a shot at the Dayton net by Melandra, and the save made by Tavian Parks. 2 minutes, 57 seconds left. Here's Declan Ployce. Ployce from behind his own net, racing towards center. Left wing, Ployce over the Cardinal line. Ridden into the boards. Still has it behind the net. Ployce drops it back to the point, but nobody there. And it comes to the center red line. Here's Kobe Johnson over the Dayton line. He pulls the trigger on a shot. And it's caught by Tavian Parks. Face off in the Louisville zone. Flyers win it. Here is Liam Burns. Burns to Meichenbaum. Pass intercepted or broken up by Melandra. It comes to Meichenbaum and he'll just ice it. Behind the net to play the puck is goalie Cooper to Nymphius. Nymphius over for Atkins over the Dayton line, ridden into the corner boards by Burns of Dayton. Here's Jack Blank along the far wall, trying to center the puck, broken up and cleared away. Louisville on a power play, that's why the Flyers could ice the puck. Another 15 seconds left in the one-man advantage for Louisville. Here's Atkins over the Dayton blue line, tripped up and goes down. Nothing called there. Or is there? There's a delayed whistle coming. And there's a hard check into the wall, and a Cardinal player's down. And he is in discomfort. And we had a delayed whistle. I think we had a tripping minor on Dayton maybe coming up. Yeah, that was Finn Harris. That was the one I just mentioned. Nothing called there, but yes, there was. It was delayed whistle. Finn Harris for a trip, but the more immediate concern was that Cardinal player, but now he's up back on his feet. I didn't see the number of who it was, but it looks like he's okay. Going back to the bench. 1:12 left in the second period. From the draw in the Dayton zone. Puck rims to this near side, Proctor. Proctor drops it back, left point, Melandra. Melandra, shot, blocked. 1 minute left in the So Louisville on a power play. Here's a give and go pass to Proctor. Across center over the Dayton line. Proctor tries to center it for teammate Levin, but it's broken up. Proctor gets it back, shooting. It's off a stake boot in front and a pileup. Parks is down, flat on his back, and apparently no goal there. Proctor has the, or rather Parks has the puck. Half a minute left in the period. A couple of nice attempts by Proctor of Louisville. Now referee Tank Wilkinson having a word with Cardinal captain Whit Proctor. Face-off will be outside the Dayton zone, near dot at center. Flyers win it. Pass for Amhe too far ahead of him. It's chopped ahead to Melandra. Behind the back pass to Proctor over the Dayton line. Proctor checked off the puck by Ployce of Dayton. Melandra holds it in. Chucks it behind the net, picked up by Mygon of Dayton. Trying to backhand it out of the zone. It's held in. There's a shot at the Dayton net. Save made by Parks. And now another shoving match. There's some bad blood going on right now. That was Atkins and Melandra. And for Dayton, Tucker and I think Umhaper, and I think Tucker's going off. Things getting a little chippy. There's just 1.5 seconds left in the period. So Tucker, a 2-minute minor. Face off to the left of Tavian Parks. It'll be Swiatkowski for Dayton. And it looks like Hester of Louisville. And the Cardinals get a shot away at the end of the period, right at the whistle, and it's turned aside by Parks. And that is the end of period number 2. After 2 periods, the Dayton Flyers lead the Louisville Cardinals 5-1. Waiting on an announcement on the penalty to Parks, or rather to Tucker. We'll wait for our score sheet. We're waiting for an announcement on the penalty. Nice to have everybody with us here in Kettering Ice Arena. Kettering, a suburb of the city of Dayton. And this rink here, this little barn, a part of the Kettering Recreation Complex. It's known as Kettering Ice Arena. And this has been home to the area teams, high school, and the UD college team for many, many years, probably 50 years. And it's a nice, quaint, cozy place. And here at the end of the intermission after 2 periods of play. The Flyers lead the Cardinals 5-1. The scoring so far, first period it was Whit Proctor, Louisville, unassisted. That made it 1-0 Cardinals. And then the Flyers scored 3 unanswered goals, 2 by Tom Rutherford, both assisted by Colin Umhafer. And then Finn Harris scored, assisted by Asher Irwin. And after one, it was 3-1 Dayton. Flyers scored twice in the second period. Finn Harris is second of the game, assisted by J.T. Koulis and by Brett Smith. And it was 4-1. And then the final goal of the period, Owen Meichenbaum with a tip in down here in front, assisted by Leon Swiatkowski. And that's where we stand. After 2 periods of play, the Flyers lead it 5-1. What are our shots? What are your shots, Jeff? What are your shots? How many for Dayton? 42. So 42-15 unofficially shots favoring Dayton so far. There we go, the score sheet. Um, so there was a penalty right at the end of the period. I thought there was another Flyer player going to the box. It looks like Mike Mygon. So it looks like Tucker for a roughing minor. And then Mygon on a cross check. So it looks like Louisville will have a 2-man power play to start the third period, is what it looks like. Oh, and wait a minute. There was also a penalty on Atkins of Louisville at that last second of the period as well. Josh Atkins got a roughing minor as well. So obviously, Mygon and Atkins had a little tussle. And Mygon gets the cross check, and Atkins gets the rough. And Sean Tucker is in for a roughing minor as well. So it looks like the Cardinals will have a 1-man power play as we start the third period. Let's take a look at some what's going on. Scores in the Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League so far today. Miami this afternoon defeated Michigan 4-2. Indiana over Denison 11-4. Bowling Green has knocked off Indiana Tech 6-1. Last night, Dayton defeated Louisville 7-2. Let's see what else happened last night. They don't have scores for some of the games from last night, so we'll have to wait on that. So that gets you up to date in the Tri-State Collegiate Hockey League, at least for the scores that we have available. Again, Indiana today knocked off Denison 11-4. Miami over Michigan 4-2. And Bowling Green beat Indiana Tech 6-1. As far as what's happening today in the world of college football on a Saturday, always a big thing. Top 25 scores. Ohio State, top ranked in the country, will play UCLA starting in about an hour from now at the Horseshoe in Columbus. Other ranked teams, Oklahoma leads Alabama in the fourth quarter 23-21. Texas Tech over Central Florida 48-9 in the fourth. Fourth quarter, Boston College losing to Georgia Tech 33-28. Fourth quarter, USC is leading Iowa 26-21. Virginia over Duke 31-17 in the fourth. Miami Hurricanes over NC State 41-0 in the fourth quarter. Third quarter, Tennessee over New Mexico State 28-3. Taking a look at the National Hockey League scores for today. Second period, Tampa 1, Florida 1. First period, Ducks and the Wild are scoreless. Later on tonight, Boston at Montreal, Los Angeles at Ottawa, Buffalo at Detroit, New Jersey at Washington, Edmonton at Carolina. New York Rangers will visit the Columbus Blue Jackets tonight. Toronto at Chicago. Philadelphia at Dallas. Winnipeg will play at Calgary. And San Jose at Seattle tonight. Taking a look at the standings in the NHL right now. Eastern Conference, Atlantic Division, Montreal and Ottawa are tied for first place, as is Boston. They all have 22 points. So a three-way tie for first place in the Atlantic Division. Metro Division, New Jersey leads by a point over Carolina. Western Conference, the Colorado Avalanche, boy, what a season they're having so far. 12-1-5. They lead the Central Division. And the Pacific is led by the Anaheim Ducks. Columbus Blue Jackets are in 7th place in the Metro Division, but they're above 500, 9-7-1. So that's where we're at right now. Okay, everybody, let's see if we have any chat messages. Got to get back into the game here, folks. Nice to have everybody with us tonight. Okay, everybody. Kent Jacobs from Kettering Ice Arena, along with our producer engineer Jeff Duford. We're getting ready for the third period of play, everybody. Flyers in all Navy uniforms lead it 5-1. And we're ready to go, everybody. They've taken the Louisville penalty off the board. So I don't know what's going on, which is the way things usually are. There are 5 Cardinals on the ice, so I don't think they're the penalty to Atkins. I don't know what happened to that. It was on the score sheet. I don't know. Referee Tank Wilkinson he's ready to drop the puck. Hold on, everybody. Well, okay, I think we're ready to go, everybody. Yeah, that's looks like it's 5-on-3. So that penalty to Atkins must have been wiped off. Here comes Proctor over the Dayton line, fires right on, and a save made by Tavian Parks. Tavian Parks in that for Dayton. Junior out of Cleveland, Ohio. At the other end of the rink, it's A.J. Cooper, sophomore out of Goshen, Kentucky. From the draw in the Dayton zone, Asher Irwin.
Penalties at the end of the second period. Louisville penalty number 15, Josh Atkins, 2 minutes for roughing. Dayton penalty number 8, Sean Tucker, 2 minutes for roughing. And number 6, Mike Mygone, 2 minutes for cross-checking. All penalties at 19:59 second period.
Well, they just announced the penalty to Atkins, but there were 5 cards on the ice. I don't know. Hester drops it off, gets it back, passes it center for Proctor. Proctor ahead for Melandra, gets past him. Melandra chops it behind the Dayton net. Here's Blank. Jack Blank rims around to the near side. Here comes, it's intercepted by the Flyers, Jackson Reed. Jackson Reed has it poke checked away by Melandra before he could move in on the Cardinal net. Here comes Louisville's Jack Chauvin, a shot at the other end and a save made by Parks. Teams will change with the stoppage of play. Hernandez back on with Johnson and Levin and Gadecki and Nymphius for Louisville. Flyers, we've got Reed, we got Umhafer, we got Meichenbaum, we got Burns and Kelly. There's a shot by Reed, a pad save, kicked out by Cooper. Rebound still alive in the Cardinal zone. It's picked up by Louisville's Levin. He's poke checked away by Burns. Loose puck, Kobe Johnson. Johnson unable to pull the trigger on a shot. Puck cleared away. Here's Colin Umhafer the other way for Dayton. Colin trying to drop it off to teammate Mike Burke, but it's intercepted. Johnson will dump it in the Dayton zone. He'll chase it down, trying to center. It's off the side of the Flyer cage. It's loose at the top of the slot. Picked up there by Hernandez, a shot. He scores! Will Hernandez. Flyers unable to clear the zone and got kind of tangled up. Puck just came loose into the slot area in front of the Dayton net, and Johnny on the spot was Will Hernandez. He's able to just pick it up and fire it into the Dayton net past Tavian Parks, and it's now 5-2 in favor of Dayton. Don't have any personal information on Will Hernandez. Size, weight, class, anything. He must be a late addition to the roster. And I believe it's his first goal of the season. There's a broken stick on the ice at center. Cards unable to clear the zone. There's a backhand shot by Declan Ployce. Wide, another whack at the puck by the Flyers. JT Koulis was wide, now the other way, a shot. Pad save.
Assisted by number 55, Kobe Johnson, and number 24, Sam Levin. Time of the goal, 2:36.
So Hernandez assisted by Johnson and Levin is the Louisville goal. Here's Asher Irwin. 16:20 to go in the third period. Irwin's pass intended for Mike Burke gets past him and carries the length of the ice, and it'll be icing on Dayton. Got a message. Hey, we got a message, a couple of messages. Looks like Marie Pompina. Hey, Marie, how's it going? Says roll Flyers. Then we heard from Andrew Hernandez. Let's go Hernandez, number 44 on that goal by Will Hernandez. Here come the Flyers. A shot off the stick of Dayton's Mike Burke is blocked. Another message from Andrew Hernandez, says he's a big boy. Hails from Natick, Massachusetts. Playing his first collegiate hockey game. Thank you, Andrew. And congratulations to Big Will. I hope I pronounced that right. Natick, Massachusetts. Face off in the Louisville zone. There's Melandra. Pass intercepted. Flyers chuck it behind the Cardinal net. Jones for Asher Irwin, but poke check down the ice by Hernandez, and it'll be icing on Louisville. New Flyers on the ice, Meichenbaum and Burns, along with Brett Jones. There's a shot, pad save by Cooper. 15:34 to go in the third. And our officials in this game, we've got Greg Leff, Eric Schreiner, Ty Wilkinson, Lee McClure. Leff and McClure, the linesmen. Schreiner and Wilkinson, the referees. There's a shot by the Flyers. Liam Burns right on. It's off the trapping mitt of Cooper behind the net. Chucked around to the near side. Hernandez fighting for it with Federico. And it kicks down the ice into the Dayton zone. Back to play at Meichenbaum. Meichenbaum checked. He rims it around behind his own net for Burns. Burns clears it ahead, but back to get it is Gadecki of Louisville. Trace Gadecki for Chauvin. Chauvin for Proctor in the Dayton zone. Proctor centers, and fanning on the shot was Chauvin right in front of the Dayton cage. Loose puck at center. Connor Kelly chips it into the Louisville zone. Behind the net, checked by Atkins. Here is Swiatkowski to Maigon. A shot is blocked in front. Here comes Jack Blank into the Dayton zone, right wing. Shot. Stick saved by Parks. Rebound still alive. Atkins unable to hold it in. I think he took his eye off the puck. He's able to dump it back into the Dayton zone. Here comes the Flyers' Declan Ployce. Pass at center, Swiatkowski. Over the Cardinal line, but in ahead of the play, I believe, was Umhafer. Umhafer having a word with Tank Wilkinson. Maybe about that offside call. Face off right on this dot right below us, outside the Dayton blue line. It's Harris for Dayton. And we've got Levin of Louisville. Levin wins the face-off. Pass at center, Melandra. Melandra being checked by Ployce. And I think we have an offside. Ployce was prodding at the puck, and Melandra was trying to carry it in. He might have come in and out of the zone offside. Another face-off won by the Cardinals. Melandra has it, or rather, Levin had it taken off his stick. Flyers in the Cardinal zone. There's a centering pass broken up into the corner, picked up by Levin. Levin, pass at center, Melandra. Rink wide, Hester over the red line. Hester over the Dayton blue line. Hester centers, it's intercepted. Here comes Maigon to Jackson Reed. It's off his stick. Melandra clear the center. Flyers in their own zone. Back to get it is Brett Smith. Brett Smith. And a pass intended for Koulis gets past him and goes the length of the ice. That's icing on Dayton. From the draw, puck kicked down into the Cardinal zone. A foot race. Here's Jackson Reed trying to fight off Josh Atkins. They tangle up for it. Puck tipped behind the net now. And now down the ice. And that'll be icing on Louisville. From the draw in the Cardinal zone, Asher Irwin at the blue line. Checked by Blank. Puck kicked back to the Dayton line. Here's an intercepted pass. Will Hernandez almost scored again after taking the puck away. Here's Proctor, a shot that's blocked. Centering pass right at the side of the crease. And Parks is down. And on top of him is Hernandez. Flyer net comes loose. And we'll have a face-off in the Dayton zone. Boy, Will Hernandez almost had another gift handed right to him. His first goal, the puck kicked loose in the slot, and he was all alone, and he fired it in, and he almost scored on that play. Now here is Levin behind the Dayton net, being checked by the Flyers' Brett Jones. Puck kicks free to Smith of Dayton. Pass up ahead for Connor Kelly. Over the Louisville line, shot, stick save by Cooper. Rebound to the blue line. Held in by Jones, he's checked. Loose puck, Luke Federico. Back into the Louisville zone, cuts behind the net. Federico. Back to the blue line for Burns. Rink wide. Meichenbaum moving in, centering. Intended for teammate Kelly, but it's broken up and cleared away. Melandra of Louisville drops it back for teammate Nicholas Nymphius. Nymphius for Hernandez. Hernandez checked. Puck comes free. Oh, Paper had it all alone in front of the Cardinal goal, but the puck hopped over his stick and he fanned on it. Now the puck back behind the Dayton net the other way. Just under 11 minutes to play. Here's a give and go pass to Amhafer of Dayton. His pass for Tucker intercepted. And we've got a whistle. And we have an offside violation on Dayton. Next Flyer action coming up will be, they'll be playing at Ohio University next Thursday. We will not have that game. That's played at Bird Arena in Athens. There's a shot by Kuliswide. We will be with you next on December 6th against Bowling Green. Flyers have it in the Redbird zone. Now it's taken away by Blank, trying to chip it ahead of Poise. Diving to break up that play was Finn Harris. Finn Harris with some nice defense there. Puck cleared away back into the Cardinal zone, picking it up for the Redbirds, Hester. Hester is attacked by two Flyers. Declan Poise holds the puck in, shot, save made. Puck cleared, not out, held in by Mygon, a shot wide. And the puck ricochets to center, Declan Poise back to get it. But not before it's icing against Louisville. So next time we will be with you will be Saturday, December 6th from the Springfield Chiller in the afternoon. Looks like a 3:15 start is what it looks like. So that'll be from the Springfield Chiller, not here in Kettering. There is a shot by Irwin of Dayton that's blocked. Nice play by the Flyers' Brett Smith to clear the puck away out of the Dayton zone. 9.5 to go in the third. Here is Federico centering. It's off a stick to Irwin at the blue line. He chucks it behind the net. They fight for it right in front of the Cardinal goal, and it's cleared away by Levin. Levin to Melandra in the Dayton zone. Melandra trying to center for Irwin, but it's broken up and cleared. Now, things have calmed down here in this third period after we had some really chippy play there in the second. Nice poke check by the Cards' Jack Chauvin. Redbirds have it in their own zone, looking to start out. Pass for Levin. Over on right wing to Chauvin. Chauvin check down to the ice. Flyers have it. Here's Mike Burke. Burke to Burns, Liam Burns. Over to Swiatkowski, centering Burns. It's broken up by the goaltender, Cooper. Puck bangs off the far wall, picked up by Meichenbaum, who shoots, he scores! Owen Meichenbaum, the puck ricocheted off the far boards on the right wing side, right to him. Owen moves into the right wing circle and fires a wrist shot that whistles into the Redbird net. And Dayton now leads it 6-2. For Owen Meichenbaum, his second goal of the game. And for Owen, that would be his 7th goal of the season is what I've got. Here's a chance for Louisville's Jack Blank one. So Owen Meichenbaum, the junior out of Buffalo, New York, political science major. He's going to be participating on the Christmas on Campus charity program. So thanks to Owen for that participation. And the assist on that goal goes to Liam Burns out of Hingham, Massachusetts. Finance major for Liam, his 3rd assist. There's a shot the other way by the Flyers. Looked like Mike Burke save made. And if you're wondering where in the heck is Tommy Rutherford, well, the answer unfortunately is the locker room. Thomas scored 2 goals in this game in the first period, but in the second period, which I mentioned a few minutes ago, was very chippy. And a confrontation with Louisville's Patrick Melandra was given a game misconduct and asked to leave the rink for the evening. Here comes Proctor the other way. Nice poke check by Mike Maigon to break up Proctor, the leading scorer of these Cardinals. 7:15 to go in the game. Flyers in the Navy uniform lead it 6-2. Here's Constable flying it up to center ice for teammate Mike Burke. Burke behind the Cardinal net. Mike Burke, spelled B-U-E-R-K, drops it back to teammate Brett Smith, and a shot is wide. Another shot at the Cardinal net is a stick save for Cooper, and it deflects off his stick blade over the glass. got a message from I'm Gonna Plum. To congratulate Owen Meichenbaum on that goal. Here is Koulis of Dayton. Koulis looking to make a play for Reed, and a centering pass for a one-time tip was wide. There's a shot by the Flyers' Irwin. Blocker pad save. Puck behind the Cardinal net. Looking to clear it was Hester, or Levin rather, and it's cleared all the way back behind the Dayton goal. Now tip to center. Atkins has it. His pass intercepted by the Flyers' Leon Swiatkowski. Drops it off. Here comes JT Koulis, and he is ambushed and taken down by a couple of Cardinal players, and I think we'll have a penalty on that play, possibly on Sam Levin. Let's see. Yeah, it will be Sam Levin. For a trip. And we joked around with our pal Luis Clefani earlier about Sam Levin, criminal justice major, getting a penalty. That's his third penalty of the game. So that's the penalty hat trick. And so for the evening, we're going to name that penalty box the Sam Levin Celebrity Penalty Box for getting the penalty hat trick. And I'm just kidding around, just trying to have some fun with that. Here's Asher Irwin for Dayton, drops it off to Reed. Reed will hand it off to Meichenbaum. Owen Meichenbaum cuts around Reed into the Louisville zone, stops in the corner, drops it to the left point for Irwin. Irwin drops it off in front. Meichenbaum, a one-time tip is up high over the crossbar. Irwin from the left point fires, and it's caught by A.J. Cooper. I point out the irony of the criminal justice major with 3 penalties in the game. .448 to go, everybody. Here is Brett Smith centering. Loose puck held in by Ployce. Declan, right wing circle, fires, save. Rebound, slides through the goal crease precariously, but doesn't go in. Sean Tucker for teammate Brett Smith. Checked, and the puck is cleared away. Flyers on a one-man advantage for another half a minute. Tavian Park sets it up for Declan Ployce. 4:10 to go in the game. Ployce, give and go. Brett Smith. Brett Smith cuts behind the net. Now centers. A blast by Swiatkowski, save. Rebound, Tucker. And flat on his tummy is Cooper. And now he finally gathers the puck in. 8 seconds left in the Flyer power play. Coming on the ice were Federico, Burns, Mygon. Cardinals, we've got Proctor, we've got Melandra, we got Johnson, and I'm trying to make out who else we got. Nymphius. And now you've got everybody that's on the ice. Flyers a man advantage for another 8 seconds. Puck dropped. Here's Liam Burns, rink wide, moving in, pulling the trigger. On the shot is Mike Mygon, a hard wrist shot that's caught by goalkeeper A.J. Cooper, and we'll have a face-off. Cardinals back to full strength. From the draw, puck held in by Mygon, intercepted by Melandra. One man back, it's Burns. Melandra will pull up, wait for help, and he'll just drop it behind the Flyer net as the Flyer defense caught up with the Redbird forward. Puck cleared, no icing. Back to pick it up for Louisville, Nicholas Nymphius. His pass intercepted by the Flyers' Brett Jones. He drops it off to Kelly. Connor Kelly in the corner. Poke checked away. They fight for it at the side of the net, and now the Redbird goalie, A.J. Cooper, will cover it up. Been an enjoyable evening. I hope everybody's had fun watching or listening to the game tonight. And it's a tightly contested affair. Puck in the neutral zone right now, played by Asher Irwin of Dayton. Irwin to Jackson Reed. Pass up ahead, broken up. Dumped in the Dayton zone by Jack Blank. Behind the net is Hernandez, Will Hernandez. Trying to center it. It's picked off and tipped to center. Redbirds have it there. It is Trace Gadecki dumping it in the Dayton zone. Here comes Jackson Reed. Over for Meichenbaum. A shot up high and wide from a bad angle. Loose puck now, far corner of the Cardinal zone. They leave it there in the corner. Everybody just forgot the puck. Now here's Jackson Reed trying to backhand the puck in front. It's tipped to the near corner. There's Meichenbaum, left point. Right point, firing Irwin. Pad save by Cooper, and he'll hold on to it. Hafer and Tucker and Ployce and Smith on the ice now for Dayton, and Swiatkowski. Swiatkowski wins the face-off, back to Ployce. Ployce, left point, rink wide pass for Smith. Shot, save made by Cooper, rebound behind the net. Redbirds have it now. Poke checked away by Ployce to Tucker. Shot, pad save. And a whistle. Covered up by A.J. Cooper. We have a penalty on the play. Leon Swiatkowski of Dayton. A cross check. Leon Swiatkowski, a junior out of Mundelein, Illinois, business finance major. Will be in the cooler for the rest of the game, unless the Redbirds score, then he would come out. Louisville power play for the balance of this game. A minute and a half to go. Puck in behind the Dayton net, rims to the far side. Ployce, and he wrestles Proctor down, and Proctor, and who is that? Is that Tucker? Have nothing called on that play. They had a little wrestling match for a moment, but a minute to go. Puck in the Dayton zone. Now it's cleared away.
1 minute remaining in the period. Dayton penalty on number 15.
And now behind the net, A.J. Cooper and Sean Tucker have an altercation. And I think we'll probably have a penalty on Sean Tucker, I would think, as the goalie, Cooper, went behind the net to play the puck, and Tucker tangled up with him and wrestled around with him. I think we'll have a penalty. We might have coincidental penalties. Cooper might be called for one as well. Well, it's been a chippy game, and it's ending on that note. The boys are trying to get some licks in at the end of the game instead of just playing out the string. They're trying to see if they can get a couple of cracks in, maybe a couple of pushes and shoves. Here's a shot, stick save by Cooper, rebound cleared away. Parks out of the net. Shoots it up ahead for Burns. Burns to Jones. He's bumped off the puck. Redbirds have it. Half a minute to go. So Chauvin in the box for Cooper. I don't think Tucker got a penalty. Flyers carry in offside. Just 12 seconds to go. So on that altercation, the goalie, Cooper, was given the penalty. Nothing announced for Sean Tucker. So apparently Cooper initiated that brief wrestling match behind the net. 10 seconds to go. Flyers, Liam Burns over to JT Koulis. Koulis will drop it back to Burns, and that'll do it. Final score tonight, the Dayton Flyers 6 and the Louisville Cardinals 2. Well, last night it was 7-2, and tonight it's 6-2. So a good weekend for the Flyers. They needed it after the sweep by Michigan last weekend. So the Flyers tag a couple of wins on their record this weekend. So we'll go over the scoring as the teams shake hands at center ice. In the first period of play for the Louisville Cardinals, it was Whit Proctor, the 5'10", 175-pound sophomore out of LaGrange, Illinois, electrical engineering major. His 9th goal of the season, unassisted, and it was 1-0 for the Cardinals at that point. And then the Flyers took over. It was Tommy Rutherford with 2 goals within a minute of each other. For Sir Thomas, the senior out of Park Ridge, Illinois, finance major. For Tom, his 7th and 8th goals of the season. Both goals were assisted by Colin Umhafer. And for Colin, out of Long Island, New York, the senior, assists 4 and 5 of the season. And after one period, it was 3-1 Dayton. Second period was kind of rough with a lot of penalties. For the Flyers, it was Finn Harris with a goal assisted by JT Koulis and by Brett Smith. And for Finn Harris, his second goal of the game. I forgot to mention Finn Harris scored in the first period, assisted by Asher Irwin. So in the second period, it was Harris's second goal of the game. And we heard from Dave Reed earlier that it's been 6 goals in the last 4 games for Finn Harris. So Finn, the freshman out of Chicago, management major, is really shaping up as an exciting young player for these Flyers for in the future. That goal was assisted by Koulis and by Brett Smith, and then it was Owen Meichenbaum. So how about that? The Flyers had 3 guys with 2 goals, and they scored them all consecutively as time went on. Tom Rutherford got 2, and then Finn Harris got 2, and then Owen Meichenbaum got 2. Owen Meichenbaum, the junior out of Buffalo, New York, political science major, scored in the second, assisted by Leon Swiatkowski. And for Leon, that was assist number 12 on the season. He leads the team in that respect. And then in the third period, Meichenbaum scored again, his 7th of the season, assisted by Liam Burns, and the scoring was rounded out in the game for Louisville by Will Hernandez. Will, once again, out of Andrew told me it was, Natick, Massachusetts. And that was his first collegiate hockey game. So congratulations to Will Hernandez on that. And that goal was assisted by Cardinals Kobe Johnson and by Sam Levin. Got a message from our pal Dave Reed. Thoroughly enjoyed your commentary as always. Thank you very much, Dave. I appreciate it. And I appreciate everybody that participates in the chats. It's great to be able to correspond with you folks as the game goes on. That's something I really love about this YouTube chat. So thanks a lot, everybody, for your participation. Let's pick a 3 stars and a hard hat, and then we'll wrap things up. Let's see, our 3 stars of the game. We're going to have to go with all Flyers on this, and we're going to go with the 3 guys that scored the 2 goals. Tom Rutherford and Finn Harris and Owen Meichenbaum. I'm just going to give them stars 1, 2, and 3, really in no particular order, because they all just scored 2 goals in the game. Tom Rutherford and Finn Harris and Owen Meichenbaum. The hard hat tonight, I'm going to give the hard hat to the Louisville Cardinals' Sam Levin. Sam, out of Palatine, Illinois, the penalty hat trick tonight. He got 3 penalties, so we nicknamed the Louisville penalty box tonight the Sam Levin Celebrity Penalty Box. And so we'll give Sam the hard hat tonight because, hey, you get 3 penalties, you're trying to play hard and knock some guys around. So we'll give Sam Levin the hard hat tonight for the Louisville Cardinals. So that's going to do it. I think we've got things all wrapped up. again, our next action that we will have for you is going to be the Flyers will play at Ohio University next Thursday, Thursday of next week, but we won't have that for you. Our next action will be Saturday, December 6th against Bowling Green, and that will be at 3:15 in the afternoon. Not from here, it'll be from the Springfield Chiller rink. So that will be our next action for Flyer hockey, December 6th. So thanks again, everybody, for participating in the chats and for watching or listening to the game. I look forward to meeting with you once again on December 6th. Again, thanks to our public address announcer and scorekeeper Jake Day for the volunteer work he does. He does a great job on the public address. Thanks to Jake Day. Thanks to our producer engineer Jeff Duford, another volunteer for putting us on the air and for his work tonight. My name is Kent Jacobs. Once again, the final score tonight, the Dayton Flyers 6 and the Louisville Cardinals 2. With the win, the Flyers go to 5 wins, 8 losses, and 2 ties or 2 overtime losses. Louisville Cardinals, again, the rough season we described earlier, they go to 0-16 with the loss tonight. So that'll do it. From Kettering Ice Arena, Kent Jacobs wishing you a fun and pleasant weekend, and good night from Kettering Ice Arena.